Howdy, Patriots. Welcome to the final part of the Senate series. The previous parts are not a required watch, but if you want to understand my rationale for these, then you can go and view them. And if you're confused on what safe, likely, leans, and tilt means, you can look at this over here. And this is my conclusion from the previous 4 parts. And so now we'll be doing the final 7 states. First up, South Carolina, the state that I grew up in. So yeah, pretty good margin here, you know. I forgot how long it takes to load. Okay, I won't be clicking on that again. Then an even better margin here. Very darn good. Then yeah, about as good of a margin, even if the percents dropped off. So yeah, pretty good. And while this did get closer, it was still a really good margin. Just slightly over likely R. So he's running again. Damn, he's old. I mean, yeah, I guess he's been running since 2002. He was born in 55. Wait, who's Any Andrews? I'm thinking this is going to be a likely R margin. I think it's gonna be pretty darn similar to 2020. I won't be shocked if it's actually a bit wider of a margin, because this is fairly close in South Carolina for South Carolina standards. Oh no, okay, because that was my home state for a bit, or for a while. So yeah, likely R for South Carolina. Next up, South Dakota. Very Republican state. And fun fact, on the presidential level, post 1936, it's only voted Democrat once, as for Lyndon Baines Johnson in 1964. Let's see how its Senate seats been. Okay. This is a very close election, but a very narrow one for the Democrat. Now let's see next up. Oh, wow. That's an incredible one for a Democrat. Oh, last time a Democrat won a statewide election in South Dakota. Damn, last time statewide election? Holy fuck. Yeah, I mean, this is a very Republican state. I guess Johnson was really cooking. Wait. Maybe South Dakota's just a fan of Johnson's. Holy. Yeah, because the most recent Democrat on a presidential level to win it was Lyndon Johnson. Yeah, that's quite an impressive flip. Then yeah, pretty darn good margin. Had over 20%. Then it's had over 30% margin. Very good. I mean, a safe R margin is just 15%. So yeah, I think that this is very clearly going to be a safe R margin. I think it's kind of silly to say anything else. Next up, Tennessee. Like most of the South, well, it was once quite Democratic, is now very Republican. Alrighty, see this? Pretty good margin, but this is a lean R margin. It's not likely R. Next up, oh my. That's a fantastic Republican margin. Then another fantastic Republican margin. After. A worse margin, but I mean still incredibly lopsided. Shit, I gotta do the percent I had. 27% roughly. Yeah, I think going anything other than safe R is a bit silly for Tennessee. Alrighty. Next up, Texas. This is one of the more competitive states. Alrighty, let's look at 2002. Alrighty, 12%. Very solid margin. Not too bad, not too bad. Next up, about 12. Wow, it was a 0.01% shift right. Damn. Talking about fucking landslide difference. Holy. And oh my, fantastic margin. Yeah. And here, still a pretty good margin, but this is a lean R margin. Next up, we have Maxent. Wow, that's an incredible photo of him versus Tallarico. This is one of the more competitive ones. I'm gonna be honest, I did really think about this one. Okay. And I think for right now, just because of the state's history. Oh wait, before I say it, I do want to bring up another Senate election that happened on the other Senate seat back in 2018. I was about to say his name, but the thing is, I would stutter like crazy trying to say it, so I'm just not going to. He came very close to winning it, honestly. Wait, what are the predictions? Damn. Yeah, like he honestly did pretty darn good. So like I could see it flipping, but I'm gonna say Tiltar. I think that Iowa would probably flip before it. But yeah, I do think it will be one of the closest Senate seats we'll have. Or one of the closest Senate elections in this in these elections. Okay. Yeah, I really fucked up speaking there. My fault. Okay. Next up, Virginia. A pretty democratic state. But it was Republican for a while, so don't be scared of when I full screen this. Yeah. Damn. There wasn't even fucking Democratic running. Yeah, that's every county. And also every city, because Virginia is like the only state to also differentiate between the counties and the cities. I don't know why they do that. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Oh my, massive flip from good old Markey. Not really familiar with him, but I mean, he did a pretty impressive flip there. Next up, damn, that's that is pretty darn close, man. He fucking won that by the foreskin of his wiener. Holy. Anyways, let's see this. Yeah, that's pretty darn good margin. Yeah, likely to about 12%. Um, man, he's running gun. Farther than I see that. Yeah, I think it's going to be a safety margin, which does mean that the Democrats, in my prediction, have won the Senate. There are 2 states left though, so let's see on how wide it's gonna be with them. Well, I'm just gonna say, these 2 states were the 2 most Republican states in the 2024 presidential election. What's funny for West Virginia is that it used to be one of the most Democratic states, and that was before, or no, that was after the like 1964 switch and all that. So yeah, 2002, Jay Rockefeller did a very manly margin here, and if you're curious, he is part of the Rockefeller family because there's fucking law of them. Yeah, another great another great margin, and it's the rematch, and it's nearly the same margin again, but he did slightly better. But we're gonna see a noticeable flip. Yeah, this is West Virginia, all right. Then again, yeah. Worst margin of defeat for any Democrats in Canada and West Virginia history. Yeah, that's because West Virginia, for a while, was pretty historically Democratic until the turn of the new century. Um, yeah, I think I know what the margin's gonna be in West Virginia. Yeah, I think it's gonna be safe Republican, which is funny seeing them being stark fucking opposites, which they pretty much have always been, which is why they fucking which is why they split up post the Civil War, because they've just always been stark opposites. Alrighty, the final state, Wyoming, the least populated state in the United States of America. Alrighty, damn, winning every county. And oh my, that's a wide percent. That's a wide margin, but that's also a fucking wide. That's also a Wyoming margin. So I mean, it's not too shocking. Yeah, another very wide margin. Um, yeah, another very wide margin. Has it been the same guy? Yeah, it has been. Next up, it switched up. I do not like the way she's looking at me, but I can try and ignore that. She doesn't look like somebody who won every county. Sucks to suck. But I mean, yeah, still a fucking insane margin. 46%. Uh, um, yeah, I think this is gonna be a safe hard margin, man. Oh no. Just something about that just gives me the itchy feeling. Alrighty. So if my predictions are right, I believe that the Democrats will just barely take control of the Senate. And if you're asking me on of what I think the states that are most likely to be different, just look at the tilts. So Alaska, Texas, Iowa, Ohio, and Maine. I think that out of all the tilts, the one that is most likely is Ohio. In terms of being correct, I'm probably Maine, then Alaska, then Texas, then Iowa. In terms of on of how likely my prediction is to be correct. Um, Alrighty, so yeah, this is my final prediction. Um, I think it'll be fairly close. I think that really, yeah, I mean, I can't imagine any of the leans, likelies, or safes being like a different party. I just don't see a world where that happens. Um, yeah, doing this series has been fun. Even though I've like consistently recorded them at like 9 to fucking 10 p.m. That's because I procrastinate the things that I enjoy. Um, I will return to these or to um my Senate predictions in like maybe September, October time and give like an updated ones. But for now, this is my prediction. And I really don't think that there's anything else for me to say. So, alrighty, well, that's about it for this series. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.